Hey Sharks, today is Thursday, March 19th, and in this video, I want to share with you the forecast for the second half of 2026. And as you can see on my screen, this is an AI, and this is Claude. Introducing you guys to Claude. If you are not already using AI, you better start because if you don't, you will be left behind. And AI, especially AI agents coming from OpenClaw is going to take over everything. So, a bonus, I am myself learning OpenClaw, and soon I will deploy my own AI agents in my community and also have create my own personal assistant as an AI agent. Once I learn the whole process, I will definitely share this with you all and then be able to train and give one-on-one coaching around that. But let's dive right back into what I want to share with you all when it comes to the stock market and the forecast for the second half of 2026. So based off Claude, we're seeing that the biggest wild card, the biggest macro risk is the Strait of Hormuz. 20% of the world's oil passes through that choke point. So as you can see, it's affecting all markets because every single market requires oil for transportation. And when oil prices go up, transportations go up, the cost of goods go up. So this is the biggest wild card. Now we don't know when will this situation end, right? When will this conflict be over with? But if it is over with by the end of this year, or at least the second half of 2026, you can see the market will benefit. But either way, nothing's going to stop AI. And as you can see on my screen, AI super cycle broadly, right? So by the second half, super cycle of AI is gonna be more realized in the marketplace. Businesses, enterprises, they're going to be affected, either benefit from it by reducing their costs and overhead and increasing their revenue, or disrupted, completely wiped out. For example, like I mentioned, OpenClaw, a lot of software companies are already been hit extremely hard. But if they don't pivot, if they don't adapt, adjust, an AI like OpenClaw will just completely eliminate these type of businesses. Second is the Federal Reserve cuts. So we're expecting two rate cuts by the end of this year, second half. So that may happen. And then also, yeah, consumer stimulus from U.S. federal tax policy, about 170 billion in relief. This is from the taxes and overtime tips. So this is something that's good for the economy, and more consumer spending means better earnings and higher multiples. Well, of course, Trump's one big beautiful bill. Uh, you know, regional policy shifts, creating more supportive macro backdrop for 2026. If this passes, it's a direct fiscal injection into the economy, right? So the big beautiful bill, if it fully passes, it will also boost up the economy. And then, yeah, the earnings growth, right? So those that are in AI, leveraging AI, if they report good earnings, they will benefit from this revolution that we are in, this big transition. It is so insane how agentic AI is. It's almost like learning like the internet just started for the first time, or what do you learn having a computer for the first time. So again, if you don't learn, you're gonna be left behind. This is not a joke. As I create more content, I will be using more AI to help me, and then I will start being able to share with you both, right? Options and how to create your own AI agent for your business and for yourself to learn, or for you to build a team. Uh, yeah, deregulation, number six. Okay, so deregulation across financial sectors. This will stimulate the stimulus that particularly benefits bank, especially fintech. Um, yeah, and then Yeah, so the biggest wild card, like I mentioned in the beginning, is Strait of Hormuz, the closure that's dragging on. If this drags on, it's going to continue to affect the market because of the uncertainty around the rise of cost of oil and everything that oil does for the economy. So that's a thorn in the butt. And so here's a good detailed chart from the bottom line outlook. So you can see AI broadening into her earnings, right? So the expansion of AI into publicly traded companies that will give a strong bullish for second half of 2026. Fed rate cuts, fiscal stimulus and tax reliefs, that deregulation, M&A, merger and acquisitions, and then the wild card you see in red is just the Strait of Hormuz closure, and then the tariff IEEPA court ruling from of Trump's tariffs, if they're constitutional or not. This can be volatile, outcome uncertain, and then of course the inflation. If inflation sticks around, the Fed will be incentivized not to disincentivized to not uh, do any Fed rate cuts. So overall, you can see this is what we're looking at. But the main focus, as you can see on the top, is just how powerful AI is affecting the market and how many businesses are either uh, reducing and cutting costs on their bottom line or being disrupted completely. Uh, let's go to my watch list here. You can see in my watch list, these are the companies that I'm watching. And on the top, you can see most of the sectors are around. So my personal belief, if you've been following me long enough, my personal belief is that anything that's related into the infrastructure of data centers, anything that's related to the infrastructure of AI, uh, when it comes to energy, photonics, fiber optic connections, uh, memory chips, DRAM, DRAM, and electricity, cooling systems. All these companies are all in my watch list. And you can see they're all doing quite well. Okay. Now I already have some positions on some of them, but I need to free up some capital because I'm stuck in one big position with Robinhood where I have to hold on to it till I get out. But these are all this watch list is like a gold mine. So when there's dips and there's pullbacks, this is a great advantage to have a watch list like this to be able to buy the dip. Uh, and yeah, and if you don't have a watch list or you're new to the market or you don't know what industries to go into and what to trade in or invest in, uh, this is where I can come in and help you. This is how I help a lot of my members grow their portfolio, generate income, build long-term positions, short-term positions, get to their financial goals, and help them get financial security. Because number one, AI is coming. Number two is you need to know how to use AI so that way you can collect and gather data information more effectively, and then having AI help you decide what industry and research what industry to invest in, and then of course buying into those industries, investing into those industries when there's dips and pullbacks, not when they're at a trading at an all-time high, right? So there was in my previous video, you'll see when the last opportunity we had was around March 6th and March 8th, especially in the memory chip sector, the memory chip industry. So this is super important. And yeah, so that's pretty much it I want to share with you guys today. Um, as usual, I do have a WhatsApp group. I will have my own agent come in here in this group and help all the members. But either way, this is the group. This is where we share information, talk to each other, help each other out to grow our portfolios, right? So that way we stay up to date with everything. And then yeah, that's it. So if you found this video helpful, like and subscribe, and then yeah, leave a comment. I'll respond to you. And if you want to get some help when it comes to trading options, you can find a booking link in the description or the comment section. You can book a time with me, and we can jump on a call, and I can share with you how I work, how I can help you learn technical analysis, fundamental analysis, all option strategies. And on top of that, I will trade with you live, so this way you can make money in real time and learn in real time. Like usual, stay tuned for the second half of this video. You'll see me in action. right? I don't want to just talk about it. I want to also show you guys how I work. So watch the second half of this video. You'll see me coaching one of my members. Other than that, I wish you a great day wherever you are, and I'll see you on the next one. Go back to your position, Hood.
Okay.
And actually, you should have bought some Archer yesterday when I told you, because you would have made
It
some
was
deals
after
with that.
hours.
Oh, it
Yeah, it
was?
was,
Oh, okay.
yeah. And
Um,
I wanted this, it went up super high today too. Hold on, let me
yeah,
see. I have
Archer
it
is my
saved.
my highest conviction is Archer. Under $7, under 650 is like just low the boat, but under seven is still okay. It's gonna have a slow growth, but this is a great company. Very little competitors in the industry. They
Yeah.
have $1.6 billion in runway cash, so that's cash they have on this on reserves. So they have plenty of cash flow. Electric vehicle takeoff and landing. The only competitor is Joby, and another one is Beta. They have partnerships with Korean Airlines, Japan Airlines. They're the official air taxi partner with Los Angeles Transportation Commission. They bought the Hawthorne Airport to run air taxi operations. They're in Middle East, Serbia, the country, also using them. Uh, Miami and Fort Lauderdale, they're gonna have air taxi over there. They're the sponsors of Super Bowl, which just happened recently, and the next Super Bowl, and the FIFA World Cup. Like, I did my research on this company. That's so a lot of us have a
Okay.
lot of shares of this. But either way, it's still
I
okay.
did have shares. I sold them when they were up a little bit because I owned them at like eight something, I think. But
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Did
I
you
want
make
to
some
see
money?
it drop again. Oh, like $100.
Oh,
Not a lot.
you still have time.
Uh,
Just letting you know, you still have
yeah,
time. They have their
yeah.
earnings on March 2nd. They're gonna more than likely report their first revenue and what do you call it? Yeah, and you could take profits whenever. But if you want, okay, so for Hood, what you want to do is sell a. I don't know if you could do it, but we'll try it to go view all options and see if it lets you do it
Where's view all?
on
Oh,
the
here
bottom
we go.
right. Yeah, and then hit sell call for this. Yeah, and then look for 80 strike. It's about 41 bucks for 2 days. Yeah,
Mhm.
slow that. Don't worry about the delta. And this is where a lot of Greeks go
Well,
out the window because when you
yeah,
are your leap is
that
in the
close.
red. Yeah, so you have to
Yeah.
take very aggressive lines to recover from your unrealized loss. Because right now you have unrealized loss in your leap. By selling poor man's covered call, you collect cash and premium. All right. Now, obviously, you don't want your poor man's covered call to be in the money, so you have to monitor this, monitor it a lot because we're taking a more of aggressive stance until we can get to the point where we're selling a strike price, selling a poor man's cover call at your strike price, your leap strike, then we're good. We're golden there.
Hmm.
But let's just see if we can execute this trade. Hit plus
Okay, so let me take notes first. So I want to buy it. So right now it's nowhere near 76.
76.
It really is at 76?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, so I want to buy as close to this. Why 80? Why not like 77 or
That's
79?
too
Because it's
aggressive.
cheaper? Okay, too
No,
aggressive.
that's too just too
So,
close to where it's trading at. Because you don't want it to go in the money. You don't want Hood to trade at 80 and above. You're selling at 80 strike because the goal is to collect cash, collect premium. You
oh,
are
okay.
saying
Okay.
you're essentially saying you're bearish on Hood, but
Yeah.
but you want Hood to be good too. But the thing is, if Hood is not moving and is trading sideways or trending backwards, you're gonna
Hmm.
keep losing on your leap. So how do
Yeah.
you offset that? How do you offset the losses on your leap? By selling cover calls. In this case, it's a poor man's cover call because it's a leap. So
Oh.
then when it comes to selecting your strike prices, you have to be aggressive slash conservative, right? If it's trading at 76, I think 80 is good because 80 is there's a less likelihood that Hood will go beyond 80. And at the same time, you can collect a premium out of that.
Can I cash out of an option like this before Friday?
You can always close out a cover call early when the value
Okay.
when the market value has diminished. When you sell
Okay.
options, you want the market value to diminish. When you buy options, you want the market value to increase. Because selling options, you want them
Yeah.
you want the contracts
Go
to be
down.
worth less than
Hmm.
what the premium you got paid for. And then when you buy options, you want the contracts to be worth more than what you bought the contracts for.
Hmm.
So that's why with the leap, it's we want the market value to go up. And then when you sell any contracts, any option contracts, you want the market value to go down. And that's through time decay. That's theta.
Yeah, I know. I hate it.
But it's very easy. You'll pick this up. I work with so many
Yeah.
people they like you can learn this. Like work with people that don't even know, started with me with zero knowledge. So you'll pick this up. It's just repetition.
Yeah.
Uh, and then and
Should
it's
I
actually
choose that?
like a little bit my fault too because I didn't think Hood would have such a huge pullback. Like I thought I have a cost basis of 107, 108, and that was considered really, really good. To have Hood at a cost of 107, 108 is really good. Like it just fell off a cliff. It just fell off a cliff. So and it's my fault because I could have noticed I also knew, but I just didn't sell that this industry didn't make any more sense in 2026. There's no more upside in this industry. I could have just sold for that a little bit of a profit and release all that capital. But now I'm stuck too, just like you. So I gotta now understand that when there's no more upside in the industry, there's no point holding on to the position and just exit. So that's something that I would coach better with you guys. But let's just see. It's February 20th. Let's just click on the 80 strike and see if you can sell a poor man's cover call. So when you sell poor man's cover call, your leap is your collateral. And click put 5 contracts. Yeah, and just we'll leave it at 40 and then hit you'll click about 200 here. Let's just see if it processes the transaction.
I just want to try 41.
See, yeah, you can try. It hit. Oh
Not
no.
enough
Yeah,
shares.
so it won't let you because you need with level 3, it wouldn't say that
Oh, okay.
because it's looking for shares as collateral, which is not the case. With level 3, you can use the leap as collateral. So
Gotcha.
it's okay. We'll just exercise some patience. We
Hmm.
have now from now till December to sell poor man's cover calls. That will translate to thousands of dollars. Zero
Okay.
doubt, thousands of dollars. And so what happens as you're selling poor man's cover call, you're collecting cash, you're collecting premium.
Okay.
And at the same time, we are waiting for the stock to recover. So you can do it, you can benefit from both ways, from the recovery and the poor man's cover call. And then until you get to the point where you're selling a poor man's cover call at a strike price the same as your leap, then that's when
Hmm.
you're pretty much golden. Okay. The worst
So
case
we,
scenario, and not even really worst case, it comes
mhm,
around end of November. Obviously,
mhm.
I'm gonna be around. You're gonna be around. As long as
Yeah.
we don't do anything crazy, um, we can. The worst thing that we can happen. It's not even worse. It's just the best case. The only way to salvage it as it approaches expiration date is exercise. Exercise meaning own the shares. All right. So
Mhm.
you own the shares because if you don't exercise, you're gonna realize a loss. So exercise the shares.
Yeah.
You take the shares, and maybe your like unrealized losses maybe like a couple thousand or a couple hundred.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. You want to say something?
Okay. Yeah. So, Hood, like with the research that you've done, is not expected to go up anymore. I know that, and this
No,
is my
not
question.
expecting not to go up. It's a slow recovery. Like the upside
Okay.
on this market, this industry is slow. The only way they can really expand in this market is if they what do you call it? Take more market share. So
Mhm.
meaning expanding into other regions, right? So serving the UK, Europe, Asia, and offering this type of brokerage service that we have here in the States, but overseas, right? So if they and that they're already doing that. They're in the UK, they're in Europe. They
Mhm.
tokenize the market, so there's Europeans
Okay.
can invest in Apple stock without buying the Apple stock. They can buy Apple tokens that's tied to the Apple stock.
Well, I remember last year too is when crypto, they introduced the crypto trading. And
Uh-huh.
it felt like such a small portion of their business. It
Too many
wasn't like it's
competitors.
just some.
Yeah, there's too many competitors, and there's Coinbase, there's um Binance. There's so many
Yeah,
ways you can
I
trade
have
crypto.
them. Yeah.
There's no now it's predictions, right? But there's one thing that they came out with just recently, allowing retail investors to invest into private funding in a way where you can get access. Actually, oh no, I know where it is. I'd have the ticker symbol here.
Lou, Shirley. Sorry.
Ticker symbol RVI. So you can type in RVI search, and you can see
R
what.
V or B?
Yeah, R as in Robert, V as in Victor, I as in Indigo.
Okay.
And you can see this is their private fund. It's a Robinhood Ventures Fund One. It's a closed-end fund. Retail investors have access to private companies like SpaceX, Databricks.
That
These
is
are
so
companies that expected
cool.
IPO.
Yeah.
Yeah, so RVI, this is something good. If Hood could offer this type more of these type of funds to retail investors where they get access to the private market, private market meaning these companies that are pre-IPO, and you can buy into these companies pre-IPO through the RVI fund. Oh man, that
Hmm.
is good. So if they could do more of that, that's great because then it will draw more people into RVI.
And they
And actually,
want
you know
that,
what?
right?